Hi everyone, I'm Ed Bates again from Kilworth Chiropractic Clinic, and welcome to what is not another edition of today's Daily Dose, but is indeed our first edition of what we're going to call from now onwards our weekly wellness wisdom. So my job as a chiropractor is to simply help you get more life per moment. But how do we experience life? Well, we live our lives through our nervous system. Simply, you live your life through your senses. Now, when asked about their senses, most people would list these five: sight, sound, taste, smell, and touch. But all too often, they forget the sixth sense. And the sixth sense is what we call proprioception. Now, what is proprioception? Well, proprioception is your brain's ability to perceive where every joint, muscle, tendon, and tissue is within your body. And not only access that information, but also store that information so that you can use it at any time. For instance, stepping off a curve or walking down a dark hallway or playing a sport all takes coordination, and that relies on proprioception. Now, if you're still unclear, let me give a simple demonstration, and just let me put one finger behind my back. In fact, you can do the same thing. Put one finger behind your back. Now, while it's behind your back, obviously you can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, nor can you touch it. But you know it's there. And you know it's there. Why? Because of proprioception. You know exactly where that finger is in space. In other words, your brain knows or should know exactly where the finger is. And that is proprioception. Now, why is this information important? Well, take any movement, such as bending forwards, walking, or lifting. All of these movements require coordination with certain muscles contracting and relaxing at certain times to enable a smooth and safe movement. Take the simple action of making a fist. That involves approximately 30 different muscles that all have to be coordinated so they all work together. Some of those muscles are relaxing, some contracting, but all of them working synergistically together. And this movement is achieved by your brain knowing exactly where your joints and parts of the body are. In other words, this information is crucial when you're moving to properly and safely coordinate your actions. Now, in the book, The Brain's Way of Healing by Norman Deutsch, he talks about how our brains have evolved and grown with physical movement as we sort out new food, new habitats, and new surroundings. However, as he points out, the converse is also very true as our society has become more and more immobile and more sedentary. In other words, because a lot of us are not moving as much as we were, we're moving much less. That means that we are seeing less, we're hearing less, we're getting less stimulation, and we're significantly processing much less new information. And as a result of this lack of stimulation, a lot of our brains are beginning to atrophy. So the brain requires movement to help it grow. And it requires movement to help it form new cells, new connections. And that is why a chiropractic adjustment helps not only your spine, but also your brain, as we are helping to stimulate the brain by increasing mobility in your spine. So if you have optimal function in your joints and optimal function in your spine, you may well have optimal brain function. And optimal brain function will result in you becoming a lot healthier. So again, another good reason why we all need to exercise more, and another good reason why every single person should be under chiropractic care. And on that note, have a lovely day, have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you at some stage next week. And stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy.